Hello and welcome to another mini workout. Today we're going to do a lot of work with our shoulders and our arms, muscles that we use for handstands, but we're also definitely going to get into our legs. It's going to be a balance of some stretching and flexibility with some strength building, and I have to admit that I find some of these exercises very challenging, so I'll be working hard right along with you. For this practice today, you will need a wall and a yoga mat or a blanket or something to possibly cushion your knees. If you struggle with flexibility in any way, you might want to use some blocks for some of the stretches. That's up to you. If you don't have blocks, you can use books or anything else to help give your arms some length. To do what you need to do in order to get ready and prep yourself for a good workout. Let's get started. So we'll come up to the wall. Put your hands at about your chest height and then step your feet away. Drop your heart. Lift your tailbone to the sky. You can move your hands wherever feels good for you. Wag your tail a bit here. Just starting off by opening our shoulders. You can play around with tucking your tail and then reaching it up to the sky. Find whatever points feel yummy and stay there. Keep your shoulders engaged, sliding down your back. And walk on up. You're going to put your right arm parallel with the ground, shoulder towards the wall, and then twist away from the wall. You can use your fingertips to help increase the twist here. You should feel a nice stretch in your pec, your armpit, down into your arm. If this feels uncomfortable for your elbow, you can also put your arm in a cactus shape at a 90-degree angle, whatever works better. And then untwist. And if this is 3 o'clock, you're going to bring your hand to about 2 o'clock and do the same thing. Just slightly changing the area that we're stretching. Never push yourself into pain, but you should feel this nice pressure in your muscles. And release. We'll do the other side. So start out with your arm parallel to the ground. Left shoulder nice and close to the wall before you twist away. Only go as far as feels good for you. You don't need to go to your maximum to start. You can ease in to a deeper stretch after a few breaths. Slowly release. If this is 9 o'clock, we'll bring our hand up to 10 o'clock. Go again. Make sure that your right shoulder is nice and relaxed. Ribs tucked in, spine straight and long. One more deep breath. And release. Great. You'll bring your hands about chest high and step so that your arms are straight. From here, we're just going to do some push-ups against the wall, keeping your elbows tucked into your body. It shouldn't be too much effort, but we're just warming up the muscles here. If this is way too easy, definitely feel free to step back a little bit and bring your hands a little bit lower. Do 10 nice and slow push-ups at your own pace. Elbows tucked in, shoulders down away from the ears. It's really hard to count and talk, but that might be about 10. It's okay if you do some extra. And release. Step close to the wall. You want to be about the length of 1 foot away from the wall, and then we'll just come in sideways and bend forward. From here, don't put weight in your hands, but just lean your back against the wall. You might need to step back a little bit depending on your flexibility. Or you can start here and then step forward a bit if it feels better. But wherever you are, there's no weight in your hands, but your back is pressing along the wall. And as we start to relax here, you might feel that your back can scoot a little bit lower. We'll take 10 nice, slow, deep breaths here. Try and keep your legs straight. It's okay if there's a micro bend to protect your knees, but we're really working on our forward fold here. You can also grab opposite elbows if that's comfortable. Whatever you need to do to relax and hang and let gravity do the work here. Then slowly bend your knees, bring your weight back over your feet, and let your spine roll up nice and slow until you're fully standing. We'll do some more work for our shoulders and arms here, so come on down to the ground. And we're going to do a plank hold for 1 minute. So if plank gets too hard, you can always drop your knees to the ground, but make sure that if you drop your knees, you're not sticking your butt back, but keeping your hips forward. We'll keep our shoulders over our wrists, tuck your toes, lift your back knees, and let's go. Keep your belly pulled into your spine. Neck nice and long. Slow breathing. We're halfway there. Ten more seconds. Drop your knees, toes together, knees wide. Let's sit back into a child's pose. Let your upper body rest here. hips heavy. And slowly walk yourself back up to sitting. Awesome. So we'll come back up to standing, facing the wall. Same forward folds as before, but we're going to add more to it. So whatever distance works for you, come and fold forward. This time we're going to put our hands on the ground. So you can have your fingertips or your full palms, whatever works for you. You can also use blocks if you need blocks, if you can't reach all the way. But you can also step your feet back more if you can't reach all the way and come into more of a downward dog position. So from here, find your weight leaning onto your left foot and reach your right foot up and behind you. Point the toes, strong leg. We're going to kick back and up into the air 10 times. Feel free to use the wall behind you if you like. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And hold tiny pulses 10 times. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold. This time we'll keep with our forward fold, so let yourself scoot down if you feel more of a stretch. Keep lifting your leg towards the sky. We're going to hold it for 5 more seconds. You got this, nice and strong. 3, 2, 1, and release. Come back up to standing. Nice and slow. Shake it out a little bit. And we'll do the other side. So come fold forward. On fingertips, hands, blocks, whatever works for you. Lean your weight into your right foot. Left leg comes out behind you. Point your toes. Nice, strong left leg. Engage your thigh. And we'll lift it 10 times. 10, 9, 8, as high as you go. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold. 10 pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold at your highest. Scoot your shoulders further down the wall if they want to go. Nope, do not put yourself in pain here. Just a nice deep stretch. Lift your leg a little higher. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Bring your leg back down. Bend your knees. Curl up nice and slow. Beautiful. Get back into our hands, arms, chest again. So come sit on the ground with your back against the wall, legs out straight. And just take a note of where your ankles are. We're going to put our hands on the outside of our ankles, but come turn around into tabletop. So hands are placed where the ankles were. You're going to walk your feet up the wall until you're in a right angle. It's going to look like a square with the floor, the wall, and your body. If that feels okay. If you need to bring your bum closer to the wall in order to take pressure out of your wrists, that's okay too. Do what you need to do. So we're going to bring our shoulders over our wrists. You're going to walk your feet up the wall until they're about hip height, and then straighten your legs. You can bring your feet hip width distance apart. Hold here if it feels good for you. If you want to do presses, we're going to do 10 leg presses here. So bend and straighten it. 2, 3, 4, halfway there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come down nice and slow. Awesome. You should feel your arms, your shoulders starting to warm up. We're going to come to a plank, but we'll give our arms a little bit of a rest, and we'll do a forearm plank. So come back into your tabletop position, but drop your elbows down. You can clasp your fingers together if you like, or you can keep them flat on the ground, whatever feels comfortable for you. We'll tuck our toes, come into our plank, drop your hips, but keep your belly button pulling into the spine. We'll do 1 minute. Let's go. Keep your heels pushing away from you. Your shoulder, neck nice and long. See if you can relax your breath. We're halfway there. Drop your knees if you need to, but there's only a little bit more to go if you want to hold it. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and release. Just flatten your hands on the ground if they're not already there. You want to keep your hips over your knees and drop your heart to the floor. From here, come on up into your fingertips. Lift your elbows off the ground. Nice puppy dog stretch. You can play with your tailbone if you like. You can wag it or curl it. And find the spot that feels good to you. Or maybe it's just nice to rest and let gravity work her magic. Two more deep, slow breaths. Release your hands and walk yourself back up to sitting. And come sit on your heels. From here, see if you can tuck your toes and sit back. And just do a nice foot stretch. You can reach your left arm up to the sky and over to the right side. Side body nice and long. Reaching your left fingertips and your left hip in opposite directions. If it's too much for your feet at any moment, just release your feet. And come on down. Let's do the other side. Right arm up. Keeping your chest nice and open. And release. Release your toes, kick them out a little bit. All right, we're gonna do an exercise called bunny hops. So you're gonna have your hands just on the outside of your knees. You don't want them too far forward. I'll scoot back a little bit so you can see. Just on the side of your knees. You can keep the tops of your feet flat on the ground here. I find that really challenging. So I'm gonna do a little bit simpler version and tuck my toes. What we're going to do from here is we're just going to straighten our legs, so that we're going to do squats from this position. But as you come up and straighten your legs, you want to try and pour your weight more into your hands so you don't have all of your weight in your legs. We're going to do this 10 times. You ready? Let's go. Nice and slow. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Beautiful. Come onto your back. And we'll do some boat poses just to give our arms a rest for a second. So from here, you can just lift your shins and straighten out your arms. If this feels good, you can play with straightening one leg and the other, or straightening both legs. 20 seconds here. We're halfway. And release. Come all the way onto your back. Another version of boat pose. This time our legs will be long and our arms will be long over our head. So our upper arms are beside our ears. We're going to lift everything off of the ground except for our bum and lower back. And let's go. Pull your belly button into your spine. We'll be here for 30 seconds. You've got this. We're halfway. Keep pulling that belly button in, spine pressing against the floor. 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Fantastic. Whew. All right, it's time for handstands. If handstands are too much, we're going to do them against the wall. If they're too much, you're welcome to do a headstand. If headstands are too much, then do a downward dog, something where we're doing some kind of inversion. For a headstand, you can do it as you please. You can interlace your fingers and put your head between the triangle. You can have your hands on the ground, whatever works for you. I'm going to do a handstand. We're going to go for 1 minute. You don't have to hold it for the full minute, but the request is that if you fall out, you just kick back up and you attempt it for 1 minute. And we'll see how we go, okay? Be gentle on yourself. Give yourself major props for the effort of trying, because that's the only way you get better at this is by trying. So let's give it a shot. Definitely feel free to use the wall. I'm going to use the wall. If you use the wall, you want to bring your fingertips just a few inches away from the wall so you're not doing a major back bend to use the wall. Keep your hands shoulder width apart. And I like to come in from a lunge. I find it has, I have way more control when I do it from a lunge. So get prepped in whatever position you're going to do, and we will go up. Wherever you are, keep your abs engaged. That's 20 seconds. We're halfway there. Last 10 seconds. Three, 2, woo, and come out. Maybe more gentle than I did. Awesome. You've made it. We're going to go into some deep stretch right now. So come back towards the wall. You might need padding for this one, so I'm just going to fold up my yoga mat because we are going to have our knees on the ground. So if you are using a mat, bring it nice up close to the wall. You're going to take your right knee and you're going to put it right against the wall, if that feels comfortable for you. Your shin comes right up behind you. Bring your left foot forward. So we're in a lunge position here. So if you like, you can just come up and bring your back as close to the wall as you can. You can also drop your hips forward. If you drop your hips forward, make sure your knee is not past your ankle. If it is, just scoot your foot forward a little bit. You can rest here if that feels good, or you can try and lift your belly away from your thigh. You should feel a nice stretch all along the front of your right thigh. Keep your hips relaxed, squared forward. If you need to use blocks, you're always welcome to use blocks. Five more deep, slow breaths. Finding a balance between the engagement of what muscles need to be working and what muscles can relax and let go here. And release, nice and gentle. We'll switch sides. So left knee scooted up to the wall. Right foot forward. Again, you can try and bring your back towards the wall, or you can drop your hips forward, wherever the stretch feels the yummiest for you. If you want to just relax and lean forward, you're welcome to. You can also try and bring your belly away from your thigh, opening up your hip flexor, dropping your hips a little bit lower as we start to release in this pose. Three more deep, slow breaths. And come on out nice and slow. Before we finish out with stretches, we'll do a little more ab work. It's always nice to do ab work. So get your mat back out if you like. We're going to hold our hollow body pose for 30 more seconds. So come onto the ground, straight arms and straight legs. Pull your back into the ground, belly button into the spine, and lift it all up. Legs nice and strong. Arms next to your ears. Ten more seconds. Keep your belly engaged. And release. We'll do one more of those before we go into our relaxation stretches. So take a breather. And let's go. One more time. Come out nice and long. Engage your belly, belly button into your spine. As you lift, your spine's going to push into the ground, and let's go. We're halfway there. Five, 4, 3, 2, and release. Beautiful. Awesome. So bring your mat up against the wall. We're going to do some reclined pigeons, but using the wall to help us out here. So come scoot your bum up against the wall. As close as you can get. Straighten out your left foot and bring your right ankle over your left knee. You want to keep your right foot flexed, and from here, push your right knee away from you. This might be enough stretch for you. If it is, stay right here. If you need more, then start to slide your left foot down the wall as you bend your left knee. You don't need to go into your full pose right away. You can ease into it. We'll be here for a little while. You can use your own muscles to keep pushing your right knee away from you, or you can use your hand, whatever feels comfortable. As you're in this stretch, still try and keep your tailbone reaching towards the ground. So a lot of different directions happening here. Your right foot's pulling in towards your chest, your right knee is pushing away from you, your tailbone's pushing into the ground. And that creates that awesome stretch that you might be feeling in your hip, your butt, along the side of your thigh. Keep coming in deeper if it feels good. There's no need to push yourself. You can also come out of the pose at any moment. Five more deep, slow breaths here. And release. Straighten out the left leg. Release the right leg. Wag your tail if you need to. Shake your knees, your feet. Stretch it out a little bit. Whatever feels good for you. Do some exploration. And then we'll switch sides. So, right leg up to the sky. Left foot over your left knee, and then keep your left foot flexed. Push that knee away from you. If this feels good, then stay there. If you want more, you can slide your right foot down as you bend your right knee. Remember that you don't have to go all the way in the first few seconds. You can let your body relax into it. Let your muscles relax gently. Keep pulling your tailbone in towards the ground. Lengthening out your spine. Relaxing your face, your chest, your belly. And take 5 more slow breaths. release nice and gentle. You should be feeling nice and yummy. If your bum's moved away from the wall at all, scoot a tiny bit closer. We're going to finish it out with a straddle stretch on the wall, so letting gravity do the work here. Open your legs to your level of stretch and flexibility, wherever that might be. Make sure that your thighs are externally rotated. It should be easier here than on the ground to do the external rotation because gravity's working in your favor. If you want to, you can use your hands to help increase the stretch. But again, we're going to be here for a little while, so you don't have to push yourself to your maximum right now. Let yourself ease into it. We're in the relaxing part of this workout. You can allow everything here to be soft. Notice where the muscles are tight and see if you can send breath there. Where can you relax? Where can you let go? We worked hard, and rather than push yourself right here, use this as a reward. Finding the yummy places where your body feels held by the earth, by the wall, by gravity, by the weight of your muscles and bones. And let this stretch be deeply relaxing. We'll spend one more minute here. As you feel yourself start to let go, feel free to inch your feet further down the wall or stay right where you are. There's nowhere you need to get to. We're here for about 20 more seconds. So if you want to come to your full flexibility limits, no pain, breath soft, feet soft. Then use your hands, bend your knees to come out nice and slow. Give yourself a hug. Give yourself thanks and gratitude for practicing today. Thanks and gratitude to whatever forces in your life have allowed you to practice today. Access to space, time, the ground beneath you. Maybe gratitude to that cup of coffee, whoever's taking care of the kids, whatever's going on in your life. There's many forces that hold you and support you. Release and roll onto your side. And at your own pace, you can gently come back on up. Thank you for joining me, and have a beautiful day.